Hey everyone, I hope you had a great 4th of July. I hope you're enjoying NBA free agency and Summer League so far. This is my channel that I created for the Portland Trail Blazers. I'm going to be tracking them all season long. I'm going to be touching on roster, news, injuries, signings, trades, and anything that's relevant to the Portland Trail Blazers. So if you're a fan, keep in tuned. I got lots coming, and thank you. I am going to start this video off by doing a quick recap of what's happened so far since the playoffs have ended and as we transition into this next season here. First off, Blazers did pick up forward Nasir Little at the draft. He was a first round 25th pick this year. Damian Lillard also signed a 4-year Supermax contract extension worth $196 million. Lillard still does have 2 years left on his current deal. His full contract ends in 2024-25. They were also able to re-sign Rodney Hood to a 2-year deal worth $16 million. And Portland has also been busy in free agency this year by signing and trading lots of players such as Kent Bazemore, shooting guard slash small forward, who they acquired from the Atlanta Hawks by a straight across trade for Evan Turner. They also picked up small forward Mario Hezonja and signed him to a 2-year deal worth around $3.7 million. They traded both Myers Leonard and Will Harkless to the Miami Heat for center Hassan Whiteside. And lastly, as of right now, they signed Anthony Tolliver to a 1-year deal around $2.5 million. Players that I have not mentioned that are no longer on the team are Jake Layman, who signed a 3-year deal with the Minnesota Timberwolves worth $11.5 million, Al Farouk Aminu, who signed a 3-year deal with the Orlando Magic worth $29 million, Enes Kanter, who signed a 2-year deal with the Boston Celtics worth about $9.7 million, and lastly Seth Curry, who signed a 4-year, $30 million deal with the Dallas Mavericks. After all that I talked about, I do want to talk about Lillard signing his contract extension because this is huge. He's a superstar player, he's a great leader, he's the face of the franchise, and he's the main reason that the Blazers have even consecutively made it to the playoffs year after year. And since he's staying, they're going to continue to build this team around him. He's the centerpiece of this team, and keeping him was an absolute must. Secondly, retaining Rodney Hood, adding Bazemore, Hezonja, and Tolliver are all huge moves because they all fit the mold of the Blazers' playstyle, which is all about spacing and hitting perimeter shots, and it's all about defense, which is both the Blazers' bread and butter. Not to mention that those guys are also good locker room guys. They have no big personalities, no drama queens, and no selfish players. To me, picking up Hassan Whiteside was one of the free agency wins just because they're lacking a big man that can not only block shots, but grab rebounds, score in the paint, pick and roll, catch lobs, and those are all essential traits for the way that the offense is built. And plus, he's a starting caliber player, filling the role until Nurkic gets back on the court. And when Nurk does get back on the court, they'll have 2 consecutive defensive threats in the paint. Free agency is almost over. I do not think that the Blazers are done making moves yet. We will see here shortly, but overall, the Blazers did add a lot more 3-point shooting as well as defense, which is exactly what they needed to move the needle as we proceed into this next season. If you are a Trailblazer fan, then you probably know that Paul Allen did pass away last season. They are now under new ownership, which is Jody Allen, which is his sister. It seems like since Jody has taken the position as owner that they have kind of gone in a different direction. She kind of seems that she's more able to go for players to improve the roster, whereas Paul Allen kind of seemed content with the roster that he had. And I do remember a interview with Neil Olshey saying that he did get attached to the players. He didn't want to see them move. He enjoyed watching the roster how it was, and I don't think Jody is like that. I think she is into improving the roster, contending playoffs, and hopefully a championship. So we will see, as she continues her reign as owner. One thing that I do like is that Coach Terry Stotts and General Manager Neil Olshey have both signed extensions a while back ago. Terry Stotts is extended until 2021-22, and Neil Olshey is extended until 23-24, which they've both been proven to make solid moves. I'm talking about Neil Olshey. He's made solid moves, picking up solid players over time. Terry Stotts has done a fantastic job as a coach. I'd love to see him coach even longer than this. But those are good, solid pickups for the team and the organization. So I hope that continues in the future. But I'm truly happy with that. So that's all that I have right now. I am actually extremely pumped for this season. I'm excited to not see the Warriors hopefully not see them at the top of the list. Even if they are, they're definitely not the same team that they have been for the last few years. I'm excited to see the Blazers perform. They have a brand new squad. A lot of the players that were playing last year are not on the team. but they're all improvements in my eyes, in my opinion. So I'm super pumped. I can't wait for the season to start, and I hope they go out there and just give it their all, and hope to see them back in the playoffs again, which I can't imagine them not being in the playoffs, but we'll see what happens.